We tell the child, don't touch. We tell the child, you're asking too many questions. We say to the child, don't do this, don't. Why, when, what, where, how? That's what the child says. You say, go to the corner, you're rude, out of order, how dare you? And what we effectively do is stifle and ultimately kill what God has created and what God has placed in each and every one of us to guarantee our success in life. So the C gene, or the curiosity gene, is that gene which Albert Einstein says that he's surprised that when a child survives the educational system, a little bit of curiosity is still left in them. But I believe that even if just a little, we all have some curiosity left within us. So when we are selling, what we must do at all times is appeal to that C gene in the person that we are directing our attention. Now, one of the ways that we do that is to try to get in to the person's space. And as we go down the secrets of successful selling, the reason for that will become more obvious. So for the time being, let's just remember, the first secret is don't sell. Modify that to read, don't appear to be selling. The second secret is satisfy curiosity, and remember that I said initially, and you will soon see why that's important. The third secret is that we must identify, analyze, and understand the product that you want someone else to buy. And here's where I burst the bubble. And here's where I put each and every one of us on the witness stand. Because you see, you were not invited here today, or you have not attended here today in your capacity as salespersons. You are here today because you are persons. And so I want to suggest to you that each and every one of us, every day of our lives, we sell ourselves. Sometimes we undersell. Sometimes we oversell. But we sell. And I would like to say to you that we must take time to assess ourselves and to understand ourselves, because there is nothing that you can sell, there's no product, there's no good or service that you can sell without first selling yourself. In one of my first books, You've Got All It Takes to Succeed, one of the very first, or should I say the first chapter after the preamble, the first chapter is The Man in the Mirror. And The Man in the Mirror goes all the way down to page 50. At page 51, The Man in the Mirror stops. But then the next 20 pages speaks about the man next door. And the reason that I spent 50 pages talking about the man in the mirror and only 20 pages talking about the man next door is because the man next door is almost identical to the man in the mirror. Oh, yes, you're black and he's white. So what? You're tall and he's short. So what? You are handsome and he's not. So what? Got to make sure I don't get those things crossed, you know what I mean? He's handsome and you are not. Oh, that's not allowed. But deep down inside, after you take away the externals, after you take away the ephemerals, after you take away the non-essentials, people are very similar. And so the golden rule, which I believe you'll hear me refer to on more than one occasion today, the golden rule, do unto others as we would have them to you. Many people have perverted that golden rule, and now they say, do unto others before they get a chance to do to you. Well, I will stick to what my grandmother taught me. Do unto others as we would have them do to you, because guess what? You want to understand the man next door? Leave him alone. Don't waste any time analyzing him. Analyze yourself. Spend some time in that mirror, and you'll get to know almost everything you want to know about the man next door. So to the extent that I am the product that I'm selling, I must know myself. And the more I know myself, the more likely I am to be a successful salesman. The next thing, I've already alluded to it, is identify the buyer. And that, I believe, is secret number 4. Identify the buyer. Now, you may say, well, isn't that obvious? Well, I don't know what's obvious. What I do know is that successful people do a lot of obvious things. Successful people are not from Mars or Venus or so one of these outer space people. They're not aliens with special brains of a certain size or shape or dimension. Successful people simply do what ordinary people do not do, but should do. That's all. Students who are successful don't have a bigger size head, or certainly don't have a bigger size brain. They just do what every student is supposed to do. And they do it today, and they do it tomorrow, and they keep on doing it, and they become successful. So being successful is really not rocket science. It's really about doing what the majority of people refuse to do, although they know what to do. So identify your buyer. Now, obviously, we're not going to spend much time speaking about that because buyers are many. And depending on who you want to sell, depending on who you want to impress, you must identify that person or those persons and make sure that you understand them. If you, for instance, going for a job, I believe that's a very good example. You're going for an interview, and you want to work with a chicken company, a company that rears chickens or produces, should I say, the finished product. If you're wise, before you get to that chicken company, you will learn to spell chicken front ways, back ways. You will eat chicken even if you were a pork eater. I never ate chicken in your life. I'm sorry. You want to go work at a chicken place? You better start eating chicken.